Indian private innovator launches a digital watchdog tool to protect users. Suddenly there's a storm. Suddenly
Please, dude, this guy is not protecting shit. Like, it's not a digital watchdog to protect you or anyone. It's a digital spyware. How this is such a blatant misuse of governmental power. I cannot say anything more against it, because it's quite literally the worst thing that's happening. And then we have Rahul Shivshankar. This is on his fucking desk talking bullshit again.
Welcome to Raw Dispatch from my desk. Viewers, as you know, I usually type out my thoughts on my computer on subjects that are making the news and then share them with you. Viewers, after COVID, after Rogya Setu, after Digital Locker, it's now the turn of NDA's new anti-fraud app, Sanchar Saathi, to be skewered. The opposition has already labelled it Pegasus Plus. They're directly evoking comparisons to the Israeli spyware that allegedly sneaks.
He's a jackass. I'm not going to ignore it, mostly because we need to show people how much of a jackass he is. It is pointless to have him there because people quite literally do follow him and do listen to him. And they need to be told that this is a fucking idiot.
Into phones and snoops on people. Some cyber experts have jumped in too. Their claim that the Modi-led NDA is using Sanchar Saathi to track citizens, extract private data, even compromise them. Stunned by the accusations, the government has been on overdrive. Installing the app is optional, it says. You can delete it.
It's not optional and you can't delete
anytime. It can't read your message. It can't listen to calls.
That's the problem.
All it does, they say, or the government says, is help you block a lost or stolen phone, report scam calls, identify fake links, check how many mobile numbers exist in your name, and flag international scam calls pretending to be Indian numbers. But this flare-up over Sanchar Saathi reveals something deeper, something we don't like to admit. For years, Indians have
The Sanchar Saathi flare-up only reveals one thing, that Indians know when their rights are being encroached upon. Quite literally, this fit is basically saying it's okay for the government to spy on you. There's nothing more that he's saying here.
blindly bought Chinese phones. We've installed WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, and a flood of Chinese-made apps. Almost in a blink, without questioning.
They don't track you. They can, they don't. That's the difference. They sell your data. That is true. But they are not the government. They don't track you on a governmental level. Also, they sell your data for advertisements. And it is not a good thing. Don't get me wrong here. It is not a good thing that they do it. And I personally make sure that all of that data does not go, my data does not go to these companies. You can make sure of that. With the Sanchar Saathi app, you cannot make sure. It is a compulsory transfer of data from your phone to the government.
We don't check permissions, we don't check data flows, we don't check where our information is being stored. Many of those companies have documented histories of privacy lapses. Many have faced global lawsuits.
Just because a company has a background where it has done it, doesn't mean it becomes okay for the government to do it now.
And they're well publicized. And Chinese apps, under the Chinese 2017 National Intelligence Law, every Chinese company must cooperate with state intelligence. That's much like what happens here in India.
Yes, it should. Cooperating with state intelligence is not having apps downloaded onto your phones. And are we taking China as the standard for freedom? You want Chinese style governance where you are doing for the poor. You don't want to take their negatives, just their positives. I want to say so many bad things. Wants to take the negatives.
So the threat of a backdoor is not paranoia, it is real. Yet there's no outrage. No opposition dharna
There
outside
is an
Parliament demanding
outrage.
bans on
Everyone
Chinese
opposes it.
mobiles. No
What is
midnight
he on
debates
about?
about foreign apps, snooping. In fact, Silicon Valley giants are actively courted. Their offerings are treated like digital manna from heaven. But the moment the Indian government or even an Indian private innovator launches a digital watchdog tool to protect users, suddenly there's a storm. Suddenly
Please,
it's a
dude, this guy is not protecting shit. Like, it's not a digital watchdog to protect you or anyone. It's a digital spyware. You are honestly coming up here and saying it's a digital watchdog where it doesn't do shit of being a watchdog. It is just spyware because, see, the government can do this without an app on your phone. It can target spam callers directly through like just people normally reporting spam. How does spam callers, like people get protected in other countries where apps like this are not present? Have you guys ever thought of that? That's the difference. They don't need these apps. This app is for control. This app is not for protecting anyone. You're still going to get spam calls. You're still going to get like Man Ki Baat notifications on your email even if you haven't registered for it. That's the problem.
Surveillance, state overreach, snooping. Doesn't this look like selective
he has no idea what
outrage
watchdog
to you?
means.
It does to me. Critics say the state has coercive power. Fair point. Fair point. But then why blindly trust Chinese apps, where the state and company are the same entity?
We don't. No one trusts Chinese app blindly. What is he talking about? And just because some of people trust Chinese app doesn't mean they should be trusting this bitch or this government.
So what explains the asymmetry?
There's no asymmetry.
Is the Indian state worse than the Chinese state?
Actually,
Is
yes.
Modi more controlling than Xi? Are American tech companies automatically more trustworthy? Or is this simply a collective?
None of these things that he mentioned are trustworthy. But that doesn't mean that you should be trusting the Indian government either.
Expression of a colonized mindset, a mindset that
Please.
exalts the foreign and suspects the desi. Is it, as I have termed it, digital racism?
No, this is not digital racism. He's gaslighting. Yes, it is true. He's just gaslighting. And his mindset is like, you can call it digital fascism at this point. Techno-fascist autocracy. That's what he wants.